I called Ethan in January and told him that we wanted to start this podcast. I didn't even get podcast finished. And he was like, let's do it. What do you want to do? Tell me everything. And I was like, all on board. So, Property Showcase Group, like we wouldn't, this would not be a thing without you guys. So we love you. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Behind the Lockbox. I'm your host, Stephanie Zalewski, here with
Cameron Barbier.
in a different seat today.
I know. I like this seat. It feels so important.
But wait, why did you say you like that seat?
Because I felt powerful and above you.
Oh, yeah. Well, it happens, Just give it to her for today. Made her a coffee. She's feeling very fall. Thanksgiving is next week, Okay, Todd. So, Todd PSL. Anyway, you almost spit that out, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Okay, so today we're doing something a little bit different. We wanted to kind of say thank you to everybody with Thanksgiving next week. This is actually episode number 20. So I wrote some stuff here. I kind of want to thank some people. I know this is like super cheesy. And then we have a couple like spooky stories since Halloween was like last month. But like I said, we just really want to take the time to thank everybody for your support. And I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to someone who's actually in the room.
Not paying attention.
He's on his phone. Our producer, our sponsor, our friends at Property Showcase Group, Max. Yay! You can hear him in the background. You've heard me refer to him on other episodes. He's literally here with us behind the camera every single episode, and he's a total gem, and I don't know what we would do without you, Max. We love you. Thank you. Luis. Yes, he loves us too. I love it. Luis, our editor. I've not met Luis yet, but man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Because it was a rough tumble there when we were first starting to edit stuff, and I had no idea what I was doing. So, Luis, we love you too. And Max's partner, Ethan. I called Ethan in January and told him that we wanted to start this podcast. I didn't even get podcast finished, and he was like, let's do it. What do you want to do? Tell me everything. And I was like, all on board. So, Property Showcase Group, like we wouldn't, this would not be a thing without you guys. So we love you. Thank you so much. And yes, we love you. And last but not least, my co-host.
Oh,
you.
I get a thank you?
Yes.
Thanks. I thank you too.
My little day two, my bestie. If anyone doesn't know, it's between us. But, what can I say? Thank you for trusting me through this process as well. Because again, you don't know where it's going to go, right? Like we had a harebrained idea. How long have I talked about doing this though?
Years.
And things got busy, and you just like don't always have the time, or the balls, quite frankly, to start something like this. And you're like, who's going to listen? But for, we did ask that. She did. She was like, who's going? I was like, I don't know. My mom. Shout out to mom. Actually, our photographer, Austin, we love you. I saw him at a property last week, and he was like, founding board member. And I was like, oh, should I call everybody like founding board member? This is amazing. So anyway, we just really thank everybody for their support. It's been wonderful.
I know. It's been really, really fun.
It's been really fun.
Glad you pushed to do it.
Thank you. 20 episodes deep.
I know.
I mean, it's not 600,
I was actually shocked when you said that.
20. This is episode 20.
How do we know 20 pages?
I have no idea. There's still some on the list too.
I know.
But anyway, so with that in mind, for anyone new here who maybe just started joining us or started listening, the whole reason we started this podcast was really just something fun for us to do. I wanted to get all of our agent friends together and talk about the crazy things that we find, the crazy things that we walk into, the crazy things that happen to us or our clients, and just kind of have some comic relief, because that's what gets, first of all, since day one, since we've been friends for the last almost, I don't even know, feels like 10 years, like 20.
Let's just say 10.
All we do is laugh.
I know.
That's it.
And we need it.
And to get through this crazy life that we call real estate. So it's been really, really fun. So everyone who has come on in the past, all of our guests, thank you. We love you guys. Everyone who's about to come on, anyone who I've been harassing for months and says yes, and probably you don't want to do it, I'm still going to harass you. So stay tuned because you're coming on. Yeah. And next year we have, like I said, a ton of more people on the roster that I've been harassing every single month. And I'm like, hey, you want to come on next year? We're also going to start branching out to some of our other friends in the business, like vendors. We've got title people we're friends with, escrow people we're friends with, our photographer, Austin, which I have an update to a story that was on a past episode that we're going to talk about from him. So get ready because next year we're gonna have even
I think
more
that'll
people
be
on.
fun because those are also not things that we know about. That will be like, wait, that happens? You know?
Right. Well, and they see just as much as we do.
Right.
You know what I mean? They probably deal more. They don't really see a whole
Yeah, that's
lot.
true.
They deal with
deal with
like,
people.
yeah,
Or
exactly.
agents.
Although I guess when people come in to sign and stuff like that, they see stuff. But
I worked with an escrow company one time, and yeah, you see some
But your
stuff.
dad used to work at an escrow company, right?
he owned
So yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my God, should Papa Scott come on?
absolutely.
Darcy's supposed to come on. Where are you, Darcy?
Yeah.
We'll get her on next year.
Yeah, we will.
She'll do it. She'll do it. So anyway, so since, like I said, Thanksgiving is next week and it's fall, we thought we would share 2 quick spooky stories. One's actually more funny just because we're idiots, but the second one is actually kind of spooky. Which
What do you mean? That was the first one's spooky.
Okay, yeah, it was. Although we
almost cried.
I'm pretty sure we almost peed our pants, but or something else. But okay, yeah, we didn't know. Okay, let's just start with that one because the second one is like a doozy, and we'll end with that one. So how do we set this stage? So we had a listing. Let's not say like it was actually a historic, really cool, monumental listing here in La Jolla.
Yes.
Somebody in the community who was very well known owned it.
What, a professor, right?
A professor, yes.
So there was a bunch of stuff in the house.
Really cool stuff like antiques and globes and books and just, I mean, the house, it was spectacular. Yeah.
So wanted me to go and do, I don't know.
We all went there that day. We all went there. You and I went together, right? Oh,
yeah.
Did we have to do measurements?
We all went there, and then he wanted me to go back separately to do measurements and like check out the property. I'm like, I'm not coming back to this house by myself.
Which,
may it be gorgeous and cool, it was creepy, that basement.
oh, I forgot about the basement.
I'm like, I'm not doing measurements down there by
I
myself.
didn't feel creeped out just because I knew who owned it. And like, I was like, oh,
I know,
my
I
God,
felt
like,
creeped.
Okay, well, but then you and I decided to start opening cabinets and okay. So let's pan to when we're all there. He either wasn't there yet or he was in another room. This is really funny.
Oh, was he there?
He was
that
there because
day?
then he caught us. Remember, we were both like screaming and he comes
came
running
later.
in.
He wasn't there at the beginning.
Okay. So we're going through and we're like being nosy and just like
Well, because there were cool stuff there.
measuring rooms. I mean, they did. There was like books, there was globes, there were, like I said, there was just so much cool like old antique stuff. And the house was not filled by any means. The family had already cleaned most of it out. But
Right.
there's this room that I think was his office.
And we wanted to know if it was considered an actual bedroom because of the closet.
That's what it was.
Yes.
So we started opening doors. And then
We opened like, I was like, is this like a broom closet? Like, what is this thing?
to paint a picture, it was definitely not like a walk-in closet. It didn't have a door. It wasn't a sliding door. There was like, or for any agent out there that knows like what a furnace closet looks like, it was like that, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of up a little bit and it was like tall and skinny, kind of like a broom closet could be, I suppose. Yes. So did you open it or did I open it?
I just remember us screaming.
Because
There was a real human skeleton inside the closet.
guys, I shit you not.
Could you imagine opening up a door and seeing an actual skeleton?
And we're not talking like, it's not like we found remains. No. He was a professor.
dangling.
So it was on like it was connected, right?
Yes.
It was an entire human body put back together for teaching purposes.
Yes.
But I do think, didn't he say that it was a real skeleton?
Yeah, because, yeah, no, it definitely was.
So we open the door and there is legit a skeleton as tall as we are because the closet was up a little bit. We both let out screams so fucking loud. I think we ran into each other and like ran out of the room and we were laughing but screaming and comes running. He's like, what? He's like, oh yeah, you guys found the skeleton? We're like, why did you tell us it was there?
It was like, that saying, skeletons in your closet. It was like, that was real.
Well, we need to we're going to drop a picture of it on the YouTube because
Do you have one?
I do, because we took a picture of it. I don't think
We sent it to your mom,
we for sure sent it to Lori. I don't know if there was a video of me I don't know if I was videoing it.
No, we redid it.
Okay. Well, anyway, we'll put
good,
that up.
yeah.
But it's pretty funny. So, but to find like, we were like, oh, this is fake. And he was like, no. Like it's a like cadaver skeleton. Yeah. Oh my God. It was a little bit terrifying.
I wish we just had that, like.
I feel like this is probably like not landing for anyone that's like not really watching because like we're idiots, but like guys, it was terrifying.
I know, that's why I feel like it's not coming across as scary as it was. Like there was this effing skeleton in the closet.
You're not expecting to open a door and see a skeleton. And it wasn't like a blow up one. It wasn't like, it was
Halloween
and
one.
when we
It was
opened it, here's the other thing to paint a better picture. When we went to like open the door, the wind of us opening the door, it kind of like dangled. And I think that's what literally just made us both almost shit our pants.
Yeah. And then it was like, okay, go measure the basement. I'm like, absolutely
And then
not.
we walked downstairs and I was like, nope, we're out of here. No,
Yeah. No, we didn't do measurements down there. Luckily it sold.
It was just, it did. It did. That was but that house redone would be
beautiful.
Sick. Yeah. Yes. It was really, really cool. The other spooky story we have, I've told this story, I think twice now, possibly. Like here in La Jolla, we had a listing that was one of the first hospitals in La Jolla by Ellen Browning Scripps, actually. And I think they called them sanatoriums back then, sanitarium, which loosely translate, basically, it's a mental hospital. So I had been sent over there at dusk to go see things. And I have said this before. I walked in and I kind of looked around the kitchen and I like looked around the living room. And I mean, it was really cool because like original hardwoods, you can tell the fireplace was original to like, 1890 or 1905 or whenever this place was built, like a long, long time. One of the first buildings here in La Jolla. And I see this like door and I kind of, like props open. And I know, did you like that sound effect? Was that good?
Yeah.
And then was that good, Max? And then there's a staircase and there's like another door. And I'm like, no, I'm good. So I leave. I leave. We come back with our photographer and both our photographers were there at different times. So we had Austin, who just updated me on this story last week at another listing. And we had Lee, who does our Matterport, and he shot our Twilight photos.
Yeah. So
when Austin and I were there during the day, we're almost done shooting. We're upstairs, and this was an Airbnb. So I come in, and he looks like he has seen a ghost. And I knew in my heart that this place was haunted, but I hadn't felt anything bad. And, nothing had jumped out at me. I didn't see anything. So I was just like, put your big girl panties on and like, just do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's fine. He says, I think we're done. And I was like, okay, why? And he's like, there's a black shadow that just like went past me and I'm picking stuff up on the camera. So I think it's time to go. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, wait, don't leave me. We're like turning off lights, like holding hands, like walking down the stairs. The next day we had to get Twilight, and that same room that Austin was in. Do you remember this house, Cam?
Oh, yeah.
So you know when you go upstairs, there was like that living area and then there was a back living area, but then there was 2 rooms that were connected by a Jack and Jill bathroom.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
When you come up the stairs, the first bedroom on the right, this is where the stuff was happening.
Okay.
So Lee is outside shooting up at the house. Beautiful sunset. It was like wintertime. So our sunsets in San Diego are beautiful in the winter. And we were getting like the night sky behind because it was in the Village, but it's pretty close to the water and like the Wedding Bowl and like Coast Boulevard and stuff like that. So you can kind of see the sunset and everything. So Lee he yells for me to turn on a light. And I'm in the kitchen and I just hear him say something. He's outside. And he wanted me to turn on one of the lights up in that bedroom upstairs. It had turned off. He thought I was up there. He yells for me and I hear him. So I'm like, I don't know what he said. So I walk out the kitchen to try to go find him. And he's again out on the street and this whole place is surrounded by brick walls and like the whole thing. And he sees a woman in the window and he's like, oh, she's already up there. Okay. And then I come around the corner at the exact same time.
He didn't say anything?
He didn't want to freak me out.
Oh.
And the light turned on.
So the ghost heard him.
I don't know. But I was like, and he's like, oh, never mind. I'm at our property here that we're actually closing on this week. And Austin's like, yeah, so, because he had heard a previous episode on this podcast where I was talking about that property. And he's like, I need to update you. I need to tell you a little something that we never told you because Lee did not want you to freak out because we knew you had to go back and do showings there. And so not only did Austin see like, and by the way, I told Austin when he comes on, like, we need to get Lee here to hear exactly what happened because this is all like third person. But this is what Austin said is that Lee called out for me and I come around the corner and the woman in the window was there. And then he looked at me and looked back up she was gone. And I was like literally coming out.
I just got chills.
I know. It's insane. So anyway, skeletons in a closet and no pun intended, unless you have any you want to out right now. No, you're good. Just that one.
No, but it did strike up another thing that I remember. This has nothing to do with ghosts.
Is it fall-like? Is it creepy? Is it Thanksgiving? What is it? Pumpkin pie? Tell me. PSL?
No, it's how you said how just like sent you over to go do all this stuff?
Yeah.
About where he sent me one time?
He's going to love this episode. Where did send you?
He gave me an address to go get paperwork signed. I think they were an older couple.
And it was a seller, I think, wasn't it?
Yes. I had to go like do disclosures.
And I wasn't with you. I stayed at the office or I did something, but we were together earlier that day.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he sends me on this, just gives me an address that says, go get this signed. Maybe it was the listing agreement, actually, because
I think it was.
So I'm driving and it's down in Point Loma, and I drive up to this spot and like, there is no way that this is the correct address. And I text him and he goes, yes, it is. And I go, okay. And I call him like 10 times. Doesn't answer, of course.
But wait, you decided to go inside.
I had to. What else was I
to look for the client, correct?
It was Cheetahs, the strip club. I'm like, is he playing a prank on me? I had to
Did you get the breakfast or lunch buffet?
I went up to the person like, hi, is so-and-so here? And they're like, is that like a code name?
Is Bob or Darla here?
Like, I don't know what I'm doing here. What? And then I go outside. I call him like 15 more times. He finally answers. He's like, no. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I gave you the wrong address. I'm like, oh. It wasn't even like next door either. It was like around.
It was in Point Loma, was it? Wasn't it like somewhere else?
It was so mortifying to walk into a Cheetah's at like 1 p.m. on a Thursday.
But I gotta tell you, I appreciate your commitment to walk inside and see if they're really there.
No, that like, I was like, well, maybe they're the owners or something. Like this is
which they very well could have been. I mean, they were selling a decent sized house.
Yeah, I'm sure the owners of Cheetahs have some money. I don't know.
They must. Oh, well, skeletons in the closet, going to strip clubs, seeing ghosts in a window. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Yeah, I thought that kind of wrapped it in, you know?
Kind of. You know, just loop it all together. It's cool.
Why not?
Oh, my God. Well, anyway, this was a quick episode. We really just wanted to share some ghost stories from our past and say thank you.
And thanks, Brett, for sending me to Cheetahs.
Let's see where else he'll send you next week.
Yeah, great.
Oh, my God. I feel like we should send you there just in case. Oh, what? It'd be fun.
Send me where?
I'll give you
no.
Do you know any other strip clubs we could send?
Why me?
Because you'll fall for it, and then you'll go inside, and you'll be like, "Is Darlene here?" And they're like,
"Could you just see me like holding with the paperwork?"
Yes,
like,
I can see all of it. And you're like,
"I'm trying to get my job done.
I'm just looking for Mavis. Is she here?" No, there's no one here by that name.
There probably is someone there by that name.
No, that's like an old school name. Speaking
could be sexy. I don't know.
Could be sexy. You never know. Oh my God. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, thank you. Thank you for your support. We love you all so much. And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
All right. No episode next week. We'll take a break for Thanksgiving holiday, and then we'll be back the week after. All right.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks for listening. Behind the Lockbox is produced and edited by Property Showcase Group. If you like this podcast, please share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, or review this podcast. Thanks for your support. See you next week.